Hi, Hi everybody, this is Chris Mayak, live at Anime Detour 2025 with Mary Elizabeth McGlynn.
So nice to meet you. Hi.
If you guys have been following me for the last 5 years, you know how much this means to me to talk to you.
Yes, you're such a sweetheart.
So the first thing I can ask is not related to the anime stuff, but is there a special story of how you got to SAG?
Yeah, I auditioned. It was like one of my first auditions for a show called Pros and Cons, and the character was just tied to a chair, begging for her life, and I got it, and that was it. And that's how I got my SAG card, was to play this woman one shot. I did one take, and the whole crew started chanting "Beat bull, bull," and I'm like, why are they chanting that? They said, because you did it in one take.
Oh.
And then my next scene was being dead in a ditch naked, so it was awesome. And that's how I got my SAG card.
Was that before you got on Murder She Wrote?
Yeah, that was. The next thing I did was a pilot for Aaron Spelling,
Okay.
and it was the year 90210 came out, and Aaron said, what show do you want? And I said, I want the medical show, not the soap show.
Yeah.
So I didn't get that one. And no, it wasn't 90210, Melrose Place.
Yeah.
It was the year Melrose Place came out. And then I just started, I was hurt on Xena, and that's how I started doing voiceover.
Yeah.
I was recommended to do that, so.
And I know, like, your first big anime role was Alhazard.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, it was. It was. I was taking over for someone else, and she sort of sounded like Kate Mulgrew, so, Mr. Jedi. And that's what I did with that, and then I got Mysterious Play, and played Nuriko, and that was amazing.
Yep. I know that you said, I've never seen anything on the internet before about like you talking a lot about Nuriko. Maybe it's because like a lot of people don't know Fushigi Yuugi nowadays.
Yeah, it's an old property.
But I know you said that you were just given that role because you came in to like do some other voice.
I just don't remember auditioning for anything back in the day. Utaka was really good, and Kevin Seymour about casting everything, Kevin especially. So, I don't remember auditioning for that. I do remember auditioning for Ghost in the Shell.
Okay.
But I just don't remember auditioning for other things.
Yeah.
So.
Well, this might be obvious too, but do you think Nuriko was the most emotional headspace you had to go for?
Yeah,
character?
It was at the time 100%. I think moving on to like the end of Cowboy Bebop was really emotional.
Yeah.
The end of Wolf's Rain was really emotional. But I think that in particular, Nuriko just floored me on so many different levels, and it really stretched me as an actor. To play something that I never thought I should play. To be honest, today I shouldn't play. But at the time, we only got the episodes as they came in.
Yeah.
We didn't have. There was no anime. No Toonami, no Crunchyroll or anything else at the time. So there was no outlet for anime in the United States. So we would watch the episodes and get all that information in real time as we were recording it. And my director, Bridget Hoffman, was like, surprise! It's like, okay, so let's just continue doing what we're doing and play for him the way that I've been playing them. So, and it wouldn't have changed anything, I don't think. And I'm glad I didn't know, to be honest, because it might have changed something.
Yeah. Was it hard for you to relate to Nuriko considering all that, or not as much?
No, I'm not the most feminine woman by any means. I've been a tomboy my whole life. I've always slanted and sort of leaned into the masculine side of things. So that was just an opportunity for me to explore that even further. Without judgment, without anything else. It was actually really, really interesting to make that shift in my mind, but not verbally.
Yeah.
I had to keep playing the same character, knowing something brand new about myself that I should have already known. So it was a really interesting exercise.
Yeah. I think the last thing I wanted to ask about Nuriko was, do you remember her death episode? Do you remember recording that, or?
Vaguely.
Okay.
Vaguely. You go through that's the thing, is my brain tends to remember a feeling about things and not the actual specifics of going through it, because it is so painful. Maybe it's like giving birth. Like, I talk to women and they're just like, it's painful, but you forget it, and it's just like, okay. So, something that emotional. It was hard, but I was in a really safe space with Bridget and with Zero Limit, and gathering everybody that it was a chance for me to really dig into something and not have to worry about being judged. That's what's great about voiceovers. They give you every opportunity to fail so that you can succeed and find the right place by just fail, and then finally you get into that pocket and you're like, oh, I needed to go through all of that failure before I find that moment.
Yeah.
So,
I know this was relatively early on too, but I think chronologically the first voice that I heard that was your voice in my head was Echidna in the Bouncer video game.
Oh my gosh, that was so long ago.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's like Fist of the North Star. Like that's a long time ago.
Same thing with when you played Lady No in Samurai Warriors 1.
Oh my gosh, you know more about me than I do. You have a better memory of my career than I do.
Well, I know with Erd and oh my god, was that just given to you too, or you don't remember that?
I don't remember. I'm sure I auditioned. I'm sure Kevin had me audition, but it was like those roles were either me or Wendy Lee, you know, and they gave Wendy a different role and I would get that one, you know, so it was just like Wendy and I would sort of trade off.
I think Leah started like between you guys too.
But that's the thing, is like Leah, Bridget, Wendy they called each other Kevin's Angels because Kevin Seymour hired them, and then I was brought in as sort of the Cheryl, whatever her name is, the girl that came in after Farrah.
Charlie's Angels.
Yeah, so I was like the fourth angel, the awkward angel that came in. And Kevin, and Motoko, I will thank forever because they hired women and in a very male-dominated industry. And it gave me the confidence to be able to go out and direct 3D or original animation as well.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
Do you think that, I'm sure this might be an obvious question too, but do you think that you relate most to Motoko out of all your characters, or?
She helped me find my strength because I was playing on camera a lot of abused women and women who needed to be rescued.
Yeah.
And I got really bored after a while, and it was nice to be a part of a story that told a very strong woman's perspective.
Right.
And even though she could choose anybody that she wanted, she chose that one.
Yeah.
You know, being a ghost, you can choose whatever you want. And she's a strong, masculine, feminine woman. She's just a very strong being. And that, to me, is my favorite thing when you don't deal with gender at all. You just deal with the character.
Yep.
The content of your character, you know, which is strength.
Yep.
And it doesn't matter if it's male or female. It's just human strength. That's what I think we need to push towards more these days. You know?
Well, I know it was before the TV series Ghost in the Shell, but Kana and the Soccer Awards movie, that was another really strong, but I know it's not really like clear memory-wise.
Not
probably,
a clear memory.
That's right.
I know, you stay in this business long enough, and not to mention they change the names of things, and if you're doing video games, you go in and you're just like, Silent Hill, I would go in and be track 1, 2, 3, 4, every year we come back and do 4 more songs. I never knew what the songs are called.
Yeah.
So today people come up and they'll say the title, and I was like, can you hum a few bars? Because we never know the titles of things sometimes. So.
Yeah. What about with Vandred?
So much fun. So much fun to play. And again, another strong, blonde female character. Yeah. Pigeonholed in, and I'm so grateful. It's so much fun to stretch that part of myself as opposed to a woman that needed to be rescued, which is a really boring story. Told many times.
Yeah. One technical question I had too was, what do you think of the cases where you've had to alter your voice the most for any single role?
Oh my God, Maurice in Eureka 7.
Oh, Eureka 7.
Yeah. No, it was Eureka because we
it.
recorded it as Eureka for the first 4 episodes, and the producers came back and said, actually, it's Eureka. So we had to re-record everything. But I basically just, like, as a gag, I was like, I'm doing, Rudolph the Red, like, she thinks I'm cute.
Yeah.
And they hired me, and I'm like, why? And they would play the voice reference for me every time I went in. I'm like, why? Why am I doing this, guys? Please recast me. This is terrible. Terrible. But it was really fun to play. Really, really fun. So I think that's one where I probably adjusted my voice the most. Yeah.
In terms of the recent things, or you're mostly directing now?
Yeah. Mostly directing. We're doing lots of stuff for the Critical Role crew. I'm doing a couple shows for DreamWorks right now,
Oh, awesome.
and a couple for Disney. So I can't talk about it until they're released.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really exciting.
Well, my final question is always asking, what do you want your legacy to be?
Oh, what do I want my legacy to be? That I tried to be a good person, which at times is against my nature. No, that I was just generous, hopefully, and helpful and sassy, and use my voice for good.
Well, thank you so much.
My
It's
pleasure,
like,
Chris.
It's a real honor to me.
Oh my gosh. I just love you so much. Peace out, y'all.
Bye, guys.